Welcome to A Quest for Metal. Today we are back on a comfy couch. What's going on? We're going back in time. We are. Because we got a comfy video. We're going to be talking about Metallica. I know. Biggest metal band in the world. We're going to talk about the most overrated and underrated song of their entire catalogue. I've done the same video with Iron Maiden. It was really fun to do. So I'm going to do it with all of the big name bands. So let's give Metallica a whirl. Starting with Kill 'Em All. Probably, if you ask me right now, it might be my favourite album. I am looking through the track listing. Every single song is fire. So it's really hard to pick an overrated and underrated on this album. But we're going to do it. So, overrated. This one for me, I think it's going to be Seek and Destroy. Even though I love the song, you know, Search and Seek and Destroy. It's a fun song. But I think they play it live all the time. I saw them last year, or was it the year before? They did 2 sets. I've seen them before that, doing like And Justice for All in full. I've seen them before that, in like Sonosphere, back when those festivals came out. I'm pretty sure every single time they play Seek and Destroy. So I think Seek and Destroy is going to be the most overrated. For underrated, it's a bit harder. I like a lot of these songs. Phantom Lord, it's fantastic. Almost want to pick that, but for underrated, I want to pick a song that I love, but also is underrated. So I'm going to say Motor Breath. Motor Breath! Oh, it's too good. It's how I live my life. It's too catchy, sing-alongable. It doesn't get a lot of plays compared to, say, Four Horsemen, or Hit the Lights, or Jump in the Fire or Whiplash. So I feel like Motor Breath is the most underrated on Kill 'Em All, but I love every single song, so it's a hard one. It's a hard one. So now I'm going to move on to Ride the Lightning, which arguably, again, is one of my favourites. It was top of my list, because I love it, but it's like neck and neck with Kill 'Em All. Now, overrated on this album is a hard one. Overrated is a hard one. I'm going to have to go through the track listing for this. See, I don't want to pick Creeping Death. They play Creeping Death a lot, and it's probably one of my favourite Metallica songs of all time, but I don't want to pick that, so I'm going to pick Fade to Black. Fade to Black is the most overrated on this album. I love it, though. It is one of those kind of ballads, which is still kind of heavy. It's one of my favourite Metallica ballads. It has the punch in there. It's a bit mellow, but I still really enjoy it, but it is probably the most overplayed, and it is probably the most well-known song on the album. A lot of more, I don't know, casual listeners will gravitate towards this song over some of the other songs on the album. So Fade to Black is my pick for overrated, even though I enjoy it. Next, for underrated, it's gotta be Call of Cthulhu. I love the Call of Cthulhu. Like, in my opinion, it's better than Orion. We'll get to Master of Puppets, but I think it's better than Orion. It's such a creepy atmosphere, such like a eerie mood, like smoke enveloping you as you're going down some kind of like Lovecraftian horror theme. It's great. It's absolutely fantastic. Love the mood of it. Love how it ends the album. Usually I'm not a big fan of instrumentals, especially that end the album, but for some reason Call of Cthulhu speaks to me. Speaks to me. I love it. Another choice I could have gone with is Fight Fire with Fire. I think that's pretty underrated. Because, yeah, a lot of people know Ride the Lightning. A lot of people know Fade to Black and For Whom the Bell Tolls. But Fight Fire with Fire is pretty damn good too. And so is Trapped Under Ice. So overall, solid album. It's really hard to pick overrated and underrated. And just getting it out there, Escape, that's underrated. I know the band doesn't like it, but the band doesn't know what they're talking about. Master of Puppets time now. Oh, here we go. Okay, here we go. Overrated is Master of Puppets, the song. Yes, because of Stranger Things. Overplayed the shit. I don't ever have to hear the song again. I don't. I know it fucking off by heart. Like, I don't need to hear the song again. It's a good song, though. It is a great, fantastic, classic heavy metal song. Don't need to hear it again. So Master of Puppets is definitely the most overrated. Probably in the top 5 most overrated Metallica songs of all time. But underrated. It's got to be my favourite on the album. Disposable Heroes. I love that song. Back to the Front. Because a lot of people gush about Orion. the best instrumental. The bass work's fantastic. A lot of people gush about Master of Puppets and Battery as the opener, and Sanitarium, but Disposable Heroes is my favourite song on the album, and it's got that war theme, it's got that marching to the front, battle ready, yeah, Disposable Heroes. Next up, And Justice for All. This is going to be an interesting one. Let's go to the track listing. Got it right here. Ooh, there's a lot of good ones. I think we know what I'm going to pick for Overrated on this one. I don't know, actually. This is actually quite hard. Ooh. Yeah, okay, it's got to be one. It's the most overplayed. I still love it. Live-wise, it's the best song they've got. I love it live. Oh, Fuel's pretty good as well. But, yeah, one of the best songs live, but really, it's the only one I can pick. It's the only one I can pick for Overrated, because I don't think any of the others are overrated. Blackened, they play it a lot, yeah, but it's also fucking fantastic and can fit on Master of Puppets and Ride the Lightning easily, because it's a short, thrashy kind of song. I say short, it's like 6 minutes long. You know what I mean? Eye of the Beholder's great, and Justice for All might be my favourite song on the album. Dyer's Eve, I think Dyer's Eve has got to be the most underrated. Dyer's Eve with the drumming is just so goddamn good. I've seen Lars do it live, and it wasn't as good, but it still was pretty fun. It still was pretty fun to see. Dyer's Eve's got to be most underrated. Love the technicality in that song. Love how short and punching it is. Great way to close an album. Yeah, Dyer's Eve. Most underrated on And Justice for All. Then we get to the Black Album. I don't even have to look to tell you which one's the most overrated on the Black Album. No, it's not Enter Sandman. Nothing else matters. I can still enjoy Enter Sandman. I still like the riff. I still sing along with it. You could argue that I could put both of them here in Overrated, and I could, but I still enjoy Enter Sandman. But Nothing Else Matters was just kind of like the formula that Fade to Black had, just a lot more boring and a lot more just mellow and just nothing much going on. It's not really metal. It's just kind of, I don't know, sappy. Not a big fan of this song, to be honest, so yeah. And it's played all the bloody time on the radio, and I'd rather hear Enter Sandman. And I might be in the minority on that one, but I fucking would, and I don't even have to check for underrated, because Of Wolf and Man is the most underrated. Because they got the whole movie with, like, Through the Never, so I can't pick that one, even though I love that one. I can't pick some of the other ones, because I don't really like some of the other ones as well. So, yeah. You know, Don't Tread on Me is pretty cool, I guess. Wherever I Roam is pretty cool, but Of Wolf and Man is just a fantastic song. Back to the meaning of life. Dun, 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 dun. Too good. So now I got to skip to, what's the next one? After the Black Album, we got Load. Ooh boy, here we go. Load. Let's look at the track listing. Ugh. I think the most overrated of Mama Said. Don't see the appeal of Mama Said. It's just not music for me. That kind of country kind of style. Just don't like it. Don't like it. I don't know why people like it, and it was a single. And it even recently became, like, a massive, I don't know, there was a big sales numbers, millions, billions, I don't fucking know, but it reached something. But I don't care about it at all. So no, don't like it. What's a good song? You know what? I think The Outlaw Torn is actually pretty good. Yeah, it has a similar kind of vibe as Mama Said, but it's a bit less sappy. It's not a ballad. So I quite like the ending track on this. I think it's quite underrated. I still like the fun ones like Ain't My Bitch and Until It Sleeps and King Nothing. I think they're pretty cool. Cheesy, but cool. I'm going to go with The Outlaw Torn. I think that's pretty underrated. Very good stuff. Reload is next, which is somehow even harder. So, they played The Memory Remains a lot. They play Fuel a lot. But I like both of those songs, so I'm not going to pick them for Overrated. Overrated, I'm going to pick The Unforgiven 2. That's right. never seen the appeal of this one. It's a weird middle child. I like the first one a lot. I like the third one a lot. The middle one, it's just a bit overrated for me. I just don't think it holds up to the other two. Maybe I'm in minority. Tell me in the comments below, but I just don't think it's that good for Unforgiven 2. Sorry. But yeah, love Fuel, love Memory Remains. Some of the others, Where the Wild Things Are, I actually quite enjoy. And Fixer's pretty good. Do I go with Fixer? I quite like Fixer. No, I'm going to go Where the Wild Things Are. I actually quite like that song. I know a lot of people don't, but I kind of grown to enjoy that song. So I'm going to say that's the most underrated on the album, because it's pretty cute. It's a pretty cute song. And it's the Where the Wild Things Are, the Gruffalos and stuff. It's great. Next up, we've got Saint Anger. Yeah. Saint Anger. So what's going to be overrated and underrated on this? I think... See, this is really hard. Purify is absolute trash. That's one of the worst songs they've ever written. Frantic. I enjoy Frantic. So I'm almost tempted to say Frantic's underrated, but is one of the ones people talk about. So I don't know if I can. Obviously overrated, I'm going to say Saint Anger. I like the song, I don't mind it, but the drumming is just so obnoxious. Like, ding, 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 ding. Ugh. Yeah, Saint Anger. It's the most overrated, because most people don't even know the rest of the fucking songs. But I'm looking at the rest of the track listing here. The Unnamed Feeling's alright. But I think Some Kind of Monster is probably the most underrated. Yeah, people know it, but not as much as Saint Anger, and not as much as Frantic. So I'm going to say not the Unnamed Feeling, I'm going to say Some Kind of Monster is the most underrated on the album, because I can enjoy that song. Next up, onto actually good albums, Death Magnetic, which I like every single song on this album. Some people complain about the production. It's fine. It's fine. Now, picking underrated and overrated, I think overrated would probably be probably be The Day That Never Comes, because that's the big hit from this album. Bit slow, bit meandering, and then it picks up in the second half. I like the song. I do like the song, but it is the most overplayed and most overrated. Underrated, Judas Kiss is really good. Oof. Broken Beaten Scar's good. That Was Just Your Life. I could pick any of these songs for underrated, to be honest. I'm going to pick My Apocalypse. Because it's short, it's like 5 minutes long, shorter than most of the tracks on Injustice for All. It's punchy, it's catchy, the chorus is fun. My Apocalypse! And it just goes thrashy. It's like a thrash song, and they're not really that thrashy anymore. So yeah, My Apocalypse. Most underrated. Next is the hardest one to do, Hardwired to Self-Destruct. Easiest for the overrated, which I'm going to go with Moth Into a Flame, because that's the one everyone talks about, that's the one everyone loves, it's great, I enjoy the song, but is it as good as like Spit Out the Bone, Atlas Rise, Hardwired to Self-Destruct? Not really, it's about on the same level, so there you go, Moth Into the Flame, underrated where it get hard. Some of these are just, Am I Savage? Man Unkind? Murder 1's alright. Dream No More's pretty cool. This is ridiculously hard to pick an underrated song, because I think that most of them are on the same kind of level on Hardwired. It's all kind of the same kind of level. I'll probably go with... I can literally pick any. I'll go with Spit Out the Bone. There you go. Because it's one I actually really like. Even though I said it's like just as played as Moth Into the Flame and some others, but I like it a little bit more. So there you go. There you go. That was the hardest one, I will tell you. 72 Seasons is next. This one's a bit easier for me. This one's a bit easier because If Darkness Had a Sun is the most overrated song on it. It was a single, and I'm like, the lyrics are kind of bad on it. Darkness had a sun, here I am. It's just, I was like, oh, this is a bit cringy. It's a bit cringy. I've grown to like it, seen it live, and it was good. But it's still the most overrated on the album. Underrated is gotta be... Room of Mirrors? Is it gonna be Room of Mirrors? That video's cool. The lyrics on that's cool. But Inamorata, I'm gonna go with Inamorata because it's like the longest one. It's the epic on the album. It closes the album. It's probably one of the best Metallica songs they've done in years. I love Inamorata. Fantastic song. I'm sad I didn't play it live. But yeah, there's a lot of good underrated ones. Room of Mirrors is underrated. Crown of Barbed Wire is underrated. Love that one. Yeah, there's so many good ones. So many good songs on the new album, so I was pleasantly surprised. So there you go. Underrated and overrated song from every single Metallica album. What do you think down below? Do you agree with my picks? Do you disagree? Have we got a comfy little backdrop? Do you want the couches back? Do you want some more couch content? Comfy Questy returns? Let me know down below, and we'll see you again on another Quest for Metal.